This is going to be a quick video talking about the fuel return lines on a MEP 802 alpha or MEP 803 alpha generator. The fuel return lines are pretty notorious for going bad when you get them from auction or used from deteriorating over the years. On top of each one of the injectors, there's some T's. Did a whole bunch of research and I found a source and I started selling on my eBay store, link down in the description to the listing for it. I'm selling them in pairs. Instead of the plastic T's, some brass T's that are way better. I'm going through this generator here and here they are installed. Way better option in my opinion than the plastic. I'm not sure why they'd really use plastic on here considering how much heat gets maintained inside the unit. But I mean, they do last, but if I'm going through all the work to do this, I don't want to ever have to do it again. And I've actually had a couple of times where the T's had broken trying to get the fuel lines off. When I found these brass ones, I was pretty happy with it. Ever since I found them, I started doing it, and I'd bought them in bulk so that way I could just start selling them on my eBay store. So this is the difference between them here. That's the plastic one, brass one obviously. The brass one doesn't have as big of barbs, but I had no problem. They stay on there just as secure as this. And then if you have any experience working with diesel stuff, at least in my experience, after time, what happens is the rubber fuel lines with heat, they tend to bond, not permanently, but they seem to stick to brass better than plastic. What I did anyway was I chose to use some zip ties to give me some extra peace of mind, just to make sure that they wouldn't slip off on all the fittings, and I did it all around. Highly recommend if you're gonna go about doing this job to just remove the top cover, the muffler, and the air intake. It seems like a lot of work if you've never really worked on anything before, but it adds like maybe an extra hour to the job tops, and it will save you such a headache and you could do a way better job neatening everything up. And another thing that I did is add a little clamp holder to that bolt to just kind of neaten it up. And I have this out. Bring it all the way through. Like I said, I have those available on my eBay store, and I considered selling it as a kit with the fuel lines pre-cut and pre-attached. If you think that's a good idea, leave me some feedback. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make the investment on the fuel lines. Hopefully you found this helpful.